Hello, welcome back to Hustle Mtani. This is Kate with you once again, and today we're gonna be beginning a new series, and this is all about your employment history, your employment experience, and personally, I'm gonna speak about my employment experience around the world. So stay tuned for the next couple of videos to find out what it's like to work in different countries. But today's video is going to be a little bit of a side note. We're going to talk about your worst employment experiences. So recently I did a poll on Instagram and I found out how some of you have like really bad experiences with your former employers. So I'm going to share this information anonymously. And of course, I'm going to give you a little bit of my own bad experience. Okay, so stay tuned. So there's this timer. I worked for a financial services firm. It was not such a big company, but it was like maybe small to medium size. Anyway, I was in charge of like a team of 4 to 5 people, and when the owner of the company was not around, I was second in command. Okay, I'm just giving you a little bit of context. Okay, so at some point I started to kind of notice some kind of can I say attitude, or I don't know what to say, not lack of cooperation from the people I was in charge of. So this was delaying the projects we were getting into naturally, and things had to be done with or without the boss there. But I noticed the trend was kind of like if he's not there, let's just wait and until he comes back. But that's not how I work. Okay, we have to get things done. Anyway, so at one point in the discussion with my employer, at some point, I kind of mentioned it to him, and he was like, you know what, these are men. These are men, they don't have to answer to you. And I was like, wait, what? And that's not even the worst part. The worst part is just hold on, my alarm is ringing right now. Dismiss. That's not even the worst part. The worst part is at some point I came to realize that these people were making much more money than I was. Okay, remember back context that I was their supervisor. I was in charge of them, and they were earning much more than I was. So I approached him and I spoke to him about it. I said, okay, could it be that this is the reason, and why is it that my pay hasn't been adjusted to reflect my responsibilities? An adult conversation. And here's what I was told: that they're men and they will be taking care of their families, while I, on the other hand, will have somebody to take care of me. So I don't need the money. In short, this was my face. I was like, wait, what? What do you mean I don't need why am I working? Okay, so more back context. These are people who are still living with their families. By their families, I mean their parents. And I am in a foreign country by myself, supporting myself and my family back at home. So I hope you can see how ridiculous this is. That's not the worst of it, At one point, this person did not pay me for like 2 to 3 months in the name of things are bad, things are bad, things are bad. And when I told him, you know what, I cannot pay my rent like this. We need to have a conversation. He suggested that I move in with him. Well, yeah, so that's my story. Needless to say, I don't work there anymore. I've never looked back. But I'm going to share some of your stories here as well. So let's see. So the reason I'm addressing this is because the gender pay gap is a real thing. It exists, and we are in 2021. So many years since the first women movement started talking about this. And we are still living in this nightmare where I have the same qualifications, or probably even more than my male counterparts. We're doing the same job, but still, I get paid less, okay? And this is really hurting our economy, because at the end, there's less input, there's less output. Anyway, I've also been told by a HR professional that women don't usually negotiate their salary the way I did. Okay, so this is a real thing. Okay, there's a gender pay gap and it exists in so many countries around the world. I don't think there's a country that can actually say, okay, we don't have that, we pay equally, men and women. Okay, now to your stories. So I'm going to be reading them out because I did this poll on Instagram. All right, let's see, drum roll. Okay, so the first was, I am giving you exposure. Why do you want a big salary? Learn to manage yourself first. Yo, have you ever tried paying rent with exposure? You employers, come gather here. Have you ever paid rent with exposure? Why would you want someone to pay their bills with exposure? How would you expect them to come to work in the first place if they don't have money to come to work or to eat? Man, I'd be in a goddamn nasty mood the whole day if I didn't eat. So why would you want someone to willingly work for you when you know they cannot afford to make ends meet? Why would you even expect them not to, you know, try to dabble in 2 different companies? I don't know. That's ridiculous, actually. What's this other one? They take forever to renew your contract, but when you quit without a notice, it's hell. Okay, so this is the classic, you know, those relationships where people string you along with the promise of, you know, one day we're going to be married, one day we're going to do this, one day we're going to travel. This is what that looks like. Like they just say that they're going to do something somewhere in the future, but when you're like, you know, I'm not having this. You either want me or you don't. It's drama. I don't get it. Make up your minds, guys. Let's see the other one. Do you have time? I honestly have a fear for working for or with Kenyans. Toxicity on steroids. Ooh, this sounds like a hot story, but unfortunately the person did not elaborate. But I would love to hear your opinions on this one. Like, do you feel like there's a difference when you're working with or for Kenyans as opposed to other nationalities? I don't know. You let me know, okay? Let me see. An dash employer threw some papers on me back then. So I have intentionally omitted the nationality because she mentioned nationality. And I'm trying to not have racial profiling here. So yeah, let's say this ex-person threw papers on this lady. I don't understand why. Why would you do that? Why can't you communicate as adults? 2 things: anger management, communication skills. Okay, these are very important regardless of where you're working or who you're working as, or even in your personal life. If you're pissed off, take a deep breath, shut up, go think about it, come back and communicate. Okay, what will throwing papers do? It doesn't tell me anything. It just tells me that you're mad, and who knows, I might throw them back at you. Let's see, where's the other one? Okay, so this is all the feedback I got. I want to know from you, what have been your experiences with your employers? Like, do you have bad experiences? Do you have good experiences? Because this video focused on the bad, but you could have like really, really good experiences. I'll be happy to hear them all. And my next video, we're going to talk about my experiences around the world in employment. So yeah, stay tuned. It was lovely to see you again, and take care.